These 12-hour shifts have been kind of stressful. I mean, granted, at least every day is not a 12-hour shift. Most of it's just 10-hour shifts. So, yeah, 60-hour weeks, pretty much. Technically like 58. I know the week before Thanksgiving is going to be just about 70 hours. Probably about 66, 67 hours. Exactly. And of course, they might add more to that. I don't know. Might take some away. I hope they take some away. Either way, on the one hand, it's good to work overtime because I make a much better paycheck. I make more money. I mean, like I said, while my job does irritate me, it pays the rent. It pays for these video games, it pays for food, it pays for lots of other bills that I have. So I appreciate that. I appreciate having money and being able to... Heck, here lately I'm considering the idea of buying a PlayStation 5. So obviously I can't really complain about being poor or anything, if I can actually afford to spend money on something so frivolous as that. But, like I said, I don't know if I will or not. If I ever do, I will tell you guys about it. I will probably make a post in the community section too, saying I bought a PS5, though I don't think I'll ever use it for, videos or streaming or anything. I don't even know how I would even do that, or if I even would want to, or if my laptop would handle being hooked to that. I think it'd be cool to have games that were exciting and fun. I mean, consider doing the Madness Project Nexus game. You guys remember the Madness Combat stuff from back on Newgrounds? I don't know. I enjoyed games like Thumper. It's very... Granted, I cussed a lot at it, but very high speed, intense stuff. It was fun. Don't get me wrong, Curved Space and Redout are fun too, but one, my computer had some issues, but more so to the point that those things really kind of give me motion sickness, which I really don't think motion sickness is a thing I really get very much. They're good games, just it makes me feel nauseous. Here lately I've been having a bit of migraines. Apparently, playing this character doesn't exactly make that a lot better with the whole Evangelist. It's a static thing, especially the various random stuff I have with it. It makes that worse, it hurts the eyes, but it's not that bad. Mainly any sort of discomfort I have with that is already there, it's just the static is making me more aware of it. But, like I said, I at least appreciate and grateful that I have my job, but it's standing manual labor, and I'm exhausted, and I tend to be sore and in pain quite a bit from it. But I mean, don't we all? I mean, we all have jobs. I don't think very many of us actually enjoy our jobs. I mean, the only reason I do my job is the paycheck. There's many times I feel like I hate my job. Heck, there's so many times through the night I felt like I just wanted to cuss everybody out and just throw the machines I was building and just storm out and quit. I've just been feeling very frustrated. Granted, some of that frustration's emotional issues I have that are outside of work. And of course, I have a myriad of things that I don't really want to get into details of, but there's some things that are currently ongoing and some things that are just, very extreme things that happened in the past that apparently leave a lasting emotional, psychological issues that I'm not even sure how I would approach talking to a therapist about. And even then, there are some things that I've hinted or talked about some of the lesser issues on the channel from time to time just because it helps the vent. But then there's other things that I just don't talk about at all just because, there's some things in life that are just too personal and too painful. That being said, I mean, we all feel the same. We all have issues that bother us, and we all feel irritated with our jobs. I'm sure many of us feel like we hate our jobs at times, but, you know, we keep going because, you know, it pays the bills. And we're grateful for, you know, actually being able to make money and having gainful employment. It's just, a lot of times I feel stressed out because a lot of times we're having issues with just quotas, making machines work, all sorts of issues. I feel in general it makes it harder to hide. It's just how fucked I am in the head in regard to just that I'm like, but then again, I mean, it's not like it's a bad mental illness, it's just severe depression and trauma. So yeah, it's just yay. I feel very sad a lot and think negative thoughts and basically some PTSD stuff and some reactions from some of the stuff, even stuff that happened decades ago, and just that stuff stays with you. But it's just in general, just work is stressful. And like I said, on the one hand, I'm grateful for the overtime because it's, you know, I'm making more money from more hours, and I am getting paid at a higher wage because of the overtime wage. That being said, if it's mandatory, so if I had the choice to not work it, I would choose not to. Just because I care more about just... And heck, people say, oh, why don't... Probably if you slept more than 3 hours a day, I mean, it probably doesn't help to work a 12-hour shift and sleep for 3 hours, then go back to work. And of course, I could probably just not record a video at all and just try to focus on sleeping. Which I will. I'm only going to make one video today. Though this might be a slightly longer video. I'm going to go through the every floor mod with the Madness Combat stuff on. But... and of course playing as the Evangelist. But I'm just saying, in general, I'm just stressed out at work. And of course, it's just... the biggest thing really stressing me out emotionally while the work is stuff that's outside of work. But, you know, there's personal things that are very important to each of us. So I'm sure all of you feel the same way that, you know, there's stuff that's... And of course, there's many times where I have multiple questions I'm sort of posing to myself back and forward. Like, I tend to have multiple lines of thought, like discussing things with myself while I do my job. And basically, the best way to put it is, without going into detail, is hell, it's funny. I'm as kind as possible to everybody else. Sometimes people are surprised at how calm and patient I tend to be with everything, dealing with work and stuff. And but it's like I'm talking, like I'll talk to other people and I'll be very kind to them and very polite and respectful. But the whole time inside my head, I'm yelling and screaming the most hateful, vicious things at myself. And it's just, what can I say? I got mistreated a lot at one point in the past. Heck, I got bullied a whole hell of a lot in school, and of course, there was stuff that happened outside of school stuff throughout, you know, the myriad of my long life. Hell, I'm fucking 36. I'm an old-ass man. 36 years old. That's why I might as well decide that there's no point in even dating. I'm too old for that now. I'm basically Master Roshi now. 36 years old. I'm basically Master Roshi. Except Master Roshi can grow a good beard. Then again, I usually shave every other day. Yeah, I'll shave every 2 days. But here lately, I really haven't been able to shave much just because I've been working so much, so I just really haven't... Besides, what's even the point? I'm like, I'm just spending all of my time in the factory and coming home, and sometimes I'll go to Walmart and sell stuff. Heck, I think Overlord Season 4 will be available at Walmart this weekend, so I'll buy Season 4 of Overlord. That'd be fun. Still want to try to learn to speak German and Japanese. But... And of course, it's cool to hear the English voice acting for Albedo and all the others, and of course the Japanese. Both voices are amazing. But I wonder, what if there were a German voice actor? Heck. Though I'd still, like... I don't know. I was thinking of mentioning something about somebody on YouTube that speaks German, but I thought that would be inappropriate. Basically, I mentioned that of a certain person who's on YouTube that speaks English and German, about the idea of her voicing Albedo, but I don't know, that might be inappropriate of me to say. Then again, I don't know if she'd want to be a voice actress for an anime. Like if she was like, hey, do you want to be a voice actress for Albedo from Overlord the anime? I might as well say it. Shy Lily, the Orca VTuber. Wonder if she would actually want to be a voice actress for both English and Japanese versions, and German versions of Albedo. Though of course she mainly speaks English and German. I don't think she can speak any Japanese. Then again, it makes me wonder, like, various VTubers. Like, if you could pick, like, just a list of every VTuber you guys have ever seen or heard of, who would you pick for them to voice act for? Like, pick a random VTuber, like, say, Tricky. I think the main reason she does a lot of reaction content, which is mainly memes and stuff, which is funny. Or her being scared of spiders. But, I don't know, who would she voice act if she did anime? I don't know. I don't know. I'll make this video and probably get some sleep and go back to work. And like I said, my job at least pays okay for what it is, and has decent enough benefits. Honestly, the biggest thing that makes me agitated and pissed off on at work is personal things that are completely unrelated to work. Some of it's me being worried and concerned about stuff that's going on IRL that bothers me a lot. And the rest of it's me having, well, probably, to put it simply, I'd be a fucking full-time job for a fucking therapist in regard to a lot of negative things have happened in the past. Those still carry a very strong effect on the way I think about stuff. I mean, like I said, man, I got bullied a lot in school. I mean, there are so many times where I got, like, beat the shit out of 5v1 in the middle of a back alley. By the way, it does suck getting just beaten the shit out of. Then again, there's a multitude of other stuff that's beyond that, but like I said, it's just, I guess the main thing I'm just trying to say to people is, I'm sure all of you feel the same, that you each have your own personal issues, and you also have your concerns with your job that you have to do in order to pay stuff. Though honestly, I hope some of you are doing jobs you actually enjoy. But, like I said, I mean, honestly, I'd say the biggest reason I'm agitated at work is just there's outside stuff going on, and It really bothers me. That, and I do have psychological issues. Grandly, at least, it's not like I'm, I don't know, a cannibal or something. Grandly, I might need to rethink that phrase. Maybe I am a cannibal now. Because here's the thing. These 12-hour shifts, and like I said, most of the shifts are like I'm usually pulling an 8-hour shift at the start of the week, and our extra days are usually 8-hour shifts as well. Most of the rest of the shifts are 10-hour shifts, with just an occasional 12-hour shift here and there. But of course, stuff's always subject to change. We could always get more, we could always get less. Heck, they could always cut numbers for productivity. I hope for that. By the way, in case you wonder what I do, I work for a company called Skynet, and I build T-800s. They're these sort of robot skeletal things that look like humans. It's cutting-edge technology, but it's mainly going to be useful for elderly care and helping to replace people in the service industries, like restaurants. So, like, you go to a waitress sort of thing, it's going to be a T-800. But I know originally we had like a design that looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But you know, like, you've seen some off-brand models of a sort of sister company that's making those Japanese cafe robot maids. But of course, they more anime style, but not quite right. So it's like Uncanny Valley. So we're building T-800s, which, yes, hypothetically, they could also be used to replace soldiers in wars, so that no people get hurt anymore. But I mean, most of our products get sold to other parts of America, to Canada, and to Japan. But yeah, I work for Skynet, and I build T-800s. That being said, I've been getting stressed out a lot at work. I mean, the 12-hour shifts especially. I am exhausted, and I get stressed out. It's exhausting and stressful. I mean, I was so pissed and agitated at work today, I bit myself. That's why I said, like, maybe I am a cannibal. Because I bit myself. I was so agitated and pissed off. I was so stressed out. I bit myself. And I wear cloth gloves when I work. I bit my hand. It's been like 8.5 to 9 hours since the moment I bit my hand. And keep in mind, I wear a cloth glove when I'm doing my job. There is still a very clear outline, like bite mark, on my hand. I can point at my hand and name individual teeth. I can see every tooth in my mouth. Impression on my hand, as it's just sort of a red mark still. It's been like 8.5 hours. I wear a cloth glove on my hand when I work. So of course when I bit my hand, I have the cloth glove in the way between my skin and my teeth. And even then, I can see the impression of every tooth in my mouth. I can point out every single one of my teeth on my own hand. I also still have a little bit of a scar, which should heal eventually. There's a little sort of dot sort of scar, like it's... How big is this? How do I measure this? It's... I don't know. The size of 1/4 of my pinky nail. Like, yeah, you know, like your pinky nail, how big the entire nail is? Like, you know, that covers the fleshy part of the pulp of your hand. So if I had to measure it in millimeters, don't I have a measuring tape around here? I think I see one. Let me see if I can scoop. Nope, I have to get up to reach it. Oh. Yeah, because I can still see a mark from where they had the IV in me when I had my bladder surgery. That's inches. Okay. So... So I have a mark that's on my, that left big vein in my left hand. That's about like 7 millimeters across, and it's a circle. So that's where the IV was in me when I had my bladder surgery. Which was, well, 2.5 weeks ago now. That being said, out of curiosity, my bite mark, which is on the right-hand side of my left hand, between my wrist and my thumb, measures... basically everyone gets to know how big Lunar D8's mouth is. Let's see. If I can use this right. No one has struggled with a fucking measuring tape this hard before in their fucking life, you dumbass. So 5.5 centimeters across is from one side of my mouth to the other in terms of where my teeth are. And like I said, I still have red marks, so I assume there must have been tiny amounts of bleeding inside my hand, but it doesn't hurt. But honestly, I must have bit it a lot harder than I thought I did. Thankfully, nobody saw me bite myself, but... Though at that point, if I hadn't been wearing a glove, this probably would have been an emergency room visit. Like I said, I've been really stressed out. Then again, at least I'm the kind of person, and don't worry, I would never hurt anybody out of stress or anything. Though, not entirely sure if I count as a person. Though, I will say, I don't condone or advocate for anyone harming themselves in any way. I would like to ask no one else to... Everyone, please be nicer to yourselves than I am to myself. Both in terms of how you talk to yourself and like I said, it was just... I was feeling extremely agitated and pissed off, and I was feeling really stressed out, so I bit myself. And like I said, I can still see the mark very clearly in my hand. But yeah, if I hadn't been wearing a glove, people probably would have thought I was a damn patient zero in a zombie apocalypse. Probably would have been a fucking emergency room visit. I don't know. I've just been really stressed out. And like I said, while work itself can be stressful, it's just, there's stuff outside of work that's bothering me. Like I said, it's a mix of, I'm stressed because of certain IRL, in real life things that are going on that are bothering me a lot. And then there's the fact that, well, I've had a lot of bad experiences in the past that I'm still not sure how to be, I guess? Basically it's just... I don't know. Everyone deals with different traumas in different ways, right? Like I said, I am an advocate of people, seeing actual, medical doctors, like your primary care doctors, as well as, therapists and psychiatrists and all that. And of course, talking to your family and friends, people you love and trust. Heck, if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever, that too. But, yeah, I can still see the bite mark in each individual tooth impression very clearly on my hand. So, yeah, and of course, like I said, just been working a lot of hours, and of course I'm taking some Tylenol and Advil and drinking quite a bit of energy drinks to be able to, so I'm trying my best to, every day I go to work, I'm working as hard as I can, I'm working as fast as I can. I'm trying to do the best I can. And here's the thing, like, I'm still being super nice to all my coworkers, and I'm still trying to help people and be kind to people, and if they have a problem with their machine, I do my best to help them, while also trying to keep everything moving as fast as possible, because they're constantly pushing for quotas and deliveries and making shipments. And it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm doing the best I can. And who knows, maybe their day will come where they're just going to fire me one day. Maybe they'll decide I'm just not fast enough. Maybe they'll decide that I just don't do a good enough job. Or maybe they'll probably be like, hey, we actually did see you bite yourself. What are you, fucking psycho? We're going to fire you for biting yourself. I don't know, can you get fired for biting yourself? Like I said, I don't think anybody saw me. But it's not like I was really planning it out. It's just sort of like, I felt really stressed out, and then I bit myself. Maybe I just need to sleep more. Because like I said, I've been sleeping like 3 hours a day. And I don't think 3 hours a day is enough sleep, I think. Is it? Is 3 hours of sleep enough per day? I think I've been sleeping, and of course some days slightly less. So technically it's, 7 days a week, 3 hours a day is 21 hours. But slightly less a little here and there. So I would say 20 hours, but I get a little bit more sleep on the weekend. So I'd say I get at least a total of 30 hours of sleep a week. Which, I do have tea that I haven't brewed in forever. It's supposed to help you sleep. It's a mix of chamomile flowers, lavender flowers, peppermint leaves, and catnip. Yes, actual catnip. Now granted, it's like food-grade catnip that's meant for human consumption. And again, you're not supposed to eat it. It's brewed in tea. Catnip's supposed to have a sedative effect on humans. Heck, I don't have any CBD stuff. They don't sell any of that stuff around here. I might have to order it online. I did pick up these little gummies. It's supposed to be stress gummies. It's mainly just like GABA and stuff that's supposed to be like, proteins and stuff that's supposed to help your brain deal with stress. Or maybe sleep would do that. But like I said, it's like, well, work itself is stressful. I mean, honestly, I'd probably be more stressed. Like, yes, I'm stressed doing my job. But I'd probably be more stressed not having any money and being worried how I was going to pay rent. Let alone anything else. But honestly, at work, like I said, there's real life stuff that's bothering me. And of course, there's stuff that's psychological issues. That's the result of, well, bad experiences. And so, I mean, at least it's nothing like major or anything that's, dangerous to people. It's more so just, very bad depression, feeling sad and a bit depressed, and feeling, well, I guess the best way to put it is feeling like I am completely worthless, that I am garbage, and that everyone in the world also considers me worthless and garbage, and that nobody fucking cares about me. But hey, I mean, at least now my mom cares about me. I mean, she was here for 3 days and 3 nights when I had my bladder surgery. I was extremely weakened and in a lot of pain, and still bleeding profusely out of Well, I won't go into detail with that because I'd gross everyone out. Went into some details on the community post, but it was just... By the way, mostly doing better about all that stuff. Still slightly uncomfortable when I pee, but I think it's okay. There is like a percentage chance that the surgery was a temporary fix, that they would want to do the other type of surgery at some point, but at the very minimum would at least delay it for like another decade minimum, if not possibly make it. There's also a large percentage chance that, you know, it never is an issue again and I never have to have another surgery with it. But either way, like I said, I don't want to do that other surgery because it sounds like a damn horror movie. And even then, I don't think I'd survive it. I had a hard enough time with the surgery that takes a week of recovery, let alone a surgery that would take 2 months. It was, albeit a far lesser surgery, it was still extremely miserable, especially recovery. Those few days I was very weakened, and I was in a lot of pain. But it's just, I'd say the biggest stress is just, even more so than, like I said, my job itself does stress me out. But I mean, who out there has a job that doesn't stress you out? Like, it doesn't matter if you're, you know, a fast food employee, a Walmart worker, warehouse worker, factory worker, or any myriad of jobs. I'm pretty sure anyone listening to this is probably like being able to tell me in the comments that your job also stresses you out a lot. And of course, there's people out there that do jobs that actually involve, you know, great physical danger and traumas within just the job itself. Like, you know, emergency workers, or people in the police, military, firefighters, ambulance, or of course doctors themselves. I mean, a surgery is just a rare occurrence for me. A doctor has to be the one actually doing it at all times. Heck, there was a time when I was younger, when I was like in elementary school or all that, I was considering the idea, even in middle school, I was considering the idea of maybe one day, maybe I could be a doctor, because I was like, I want to help people. But then I was like, one, I tend to get really stressed easily, and when I do get stressed, my hands shake a lot, so I would definitely wouldn't be able to do anything like that. And two, there would be always that concern that, you know, if I'm doing a surgery or something, if I make the smallest mistake, I could hurt somebody. You know, at all times, like, okay, if I do anything wrong, this person's life is potentially ruined or over, and it would be all my fault. And it's just like, that's too much pressure. I don't know how doctors do it. I don't know, because that's just, on the one hand, I still am of the opinion that, you know, I'd want to help people, but even doing the stuff nurses do, as far as, you know, putting IVs in and stuff like that, just, again, I'd be worried about doing it wrong, because it's not like you're doing something with a machine. It's like, okay, it's actual person. If you do something wrong, you're going to hurt them. Heck, even if you do it right, you're still going to cause them discomfort. So, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I'd say, like I said, while my job itself does stress me out, I'd say mainly at work, it's personal issues in my own life that are weighing on me a lot, as well as just psychological issues. I mean, so what can I say? Severe depression, certain negative thoughts in regard to your well-being and a sort of stress, anxiety sort of, but as well as just I don't know, very low self-esteem, isolation, heck, loneliness, abuse, PTSD. I mean, but like I said, I guess maybe one of these days I'll find time to actually talk to a therapist, but even then I don't even know where I would even start. And even then I'm like, even in a situation of confidentiality, there's stuff that's personal. And of course there's the feeling in life about, it's like, just, heck, there's sometimes where I try to like reassure myself that I'm not stupid. Because I feel like people tend to think I'm stupid. Heck, I feel like people think I'm retarded. But it's like, I look back at things like, heck, when I was 12 years old, and people say, oh, this sounds pretentious and braggy, and I'm like, to a degree it is. But it's also me trying to reassure myself that, you know, I'm perhaps being a bit too negative on myself. When I was like 12 years old, I had an IQ of 132. Heck, I did one of those Mensa tests like a couple months ago. At least, granted, it's nothing comprehensive, it was just one of those. But it's like, okay, 118. But it's like, I graduated with honors. I had a 4.0, straight A's. I could do calculus, physics, and chemistry when I was in school. And people say, then why aren't you like some sort of STEM degree scientist or something? And I'm like, well, sometimes life just doesn't work out that way. And even then, I'm not even sure if I would have been able to do that stuff at all. I really don't even know. But maybe it would have been better than what I am having to do for a living. Besides, there's also that feeling there. I mean, whether you're working at a restaurant, or at a Walmart, retail, or working in a factory or a warehouse, you feel like people look at you, and I'm sure people that do like fast food job or like a barista or retail agree with me on this. You feel like people think of you as less of a person because you're not doing the same thing as them, and that you must be a failure, that you must be incompetent, and lazy, and stupid, and defective. I'm sure other people feel that way, right? I feel like, considering everything about my life, whether it's my athletic aptitudes, my earning potential, my mental accolades, or anything, I feel like everyone just sort of views me as like I'm a non-person. like I don't have any value, that my thoughts and feelings don't matter, that I should be grateful and happy just to be able to work at a factory, to be able to work at a warehouse, to be able to work at a fast food place, or to be able to work at a Walmart. That people say, oh, that's even too good for you. I don't know. And I know on the one hand that sounds overly negative, almost like self-pity / complaining. And, well, to a degree, yes, it is. It makes me feel better to vent. Heck, if anything, it helps me at least improve my ability to control the stability of my, mental well-being / mental illness. But also, I think other people might identify with my feelings. Heck, even if you're like some rich CEO, you possibly also have these same feelings. Even if you're rich, or a doctor, or a lawyer, or things that are considered highly successful, such as those. I mean, those are things that require a great deal of intelligence and dedication to do. And even then, I'm sure many of those people also still feel those same concerns, right? I mean, that's just normal, right? That's part of being human, correct? To feel those sorts of insecurities. And also, feel like whether or not your value as a human being is, lessened by perceived inadequacies that you see in yourself or you think others see in you. I don't know. Does anyone else relate to the idea of just feeling worthless? Feeling like you don't even really matter? But then again, I guess at the end of the day, we all just want to feel cared about. We all want to feel respected. We all want to feel appreciated. We all want to feel like there's hope for the future. And that there's people you can love and trust, and that you can feel like you're relatively safe and happy in your life, and to pursue your interests. Like I said, I'm trying to learn multiple languages. I want to learn German and Japanese. I like doing these video games. But of course, right now we're at 43 minutes of me just talking about me being, well, I guess somebody with severe depression that works a lot in a factory and is really stressed out and tired, and who should probably just be trying to sleep. Well, what can I say? I'm a little ball of anxiety and nerves and psychological trauma, and I don't know, I'll cuddle with a pillow later. Hell, aside from family members, like blood relatives, I don't remember what a hug feels like. So, does anybody else feel that way? So yeah, if anything, it's like it makes me feel better to bitch about this shit. But also, does anybody out there relate to the way I feel? And of course some days are better than others and some days are worse. It's just, of course the fucking migraine just sucks. I feel tired. And it's in every way, everything's in life. I feel kind of discouraged right now. But I'm sure many of you out there probably feel the same. I'd like to say I had some sort of answer for you, but I don't. Heck, there's sometimes I'll listen to like nightcore music and stuff in the dark and cry. I think that releases endorphins. It tends to make me feel better. It tends to help me to function in society, as opposed to just, I don't know, just shutting down and just sitting down in the middle of public and just sort of oh, what happened? Well, Lunar just sort of sat down in the middle of public on the ground and started crying. And that's not really something you're supposed to do in public. But honestly, it's getting harder and harder to not do that. But I know I can't do that because I wouldn't exactly be socially acceptable. And plus, that's a very personal thing, and I don't want to do that in front of people. But I guess at least if I share that here, then, well, if you guys listening to this also feel the same way, maybe at the very minimum, you know you're not alone. That there's at least this crazy guy who plays video games who feels the same way you do. I don't know if that makes it any better. But also, I listen to Korn while trying to. I was listen to Godsmack, but I'm listening to Korn while trying to learn how to juggle. Yes, I know it's a silly thing, but I'm trying to learn how to juggle. And of course, there's plenty of video games I want to play, and anime I want to watch, and other more important things involving family and friends that, well, what can I say? We all do what we can to make the most of life, right? I really do need to go to sleep. I think my head feels warm. Hopefully I'm not starting to run a fever. I'll drink some of this water. At least that one tooth I broke on the back right upper part of my mouth the first day back from the bladder surgery seems to be doing okay. As long as I don't eat anything too hard over there, it seems to not hurt too much. Okay. Enough delaying, let's actually do some gameplay. But yeah, as far as video games, stuff like Thumper, or what's a fun game that, you know, gets the endorphins, the adrenaline flowing? What's a really fun video game? Keep in mind though, while I do like Shadow of War, my Shadow of War Let's Play is just a PowerPoint presentation of Italian stabbing orcs. My computer did not record that well. It's like one frame every 3 minutes. So, let's hop into this. Let's double check OBS. I just about nodded off in the middle of doing that. Okay. Evangelist, let's do a quick run through. And I am insisting on winning this run. So if I have to, right, I have infinite charge here. I insist on winning this run. Where are you going? Just random green. There. But yeah, I will use PJs as much as I have to win this run. But some good games. There's Dragon Spirit the New Legend on NES, the original Nintendo Entertainment System. There's Robo Warrior. There's Swords and Serpents. Okay. That is odd. There's Battle Kid 1. The Fortress of Peril. And there's Battle Kid 2. Mountain of Torment. There's Super Mario 1, Super Mario 3, Super Mario World. Duck Hunt. Castlevania games, particularly Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. The Metroid series games. There's Zelda. There's something that makes crawl spaces more likely? I don't think they do. On the Sega Genesis, of course, you have the Sonic the Hedgehog series, as well as you have the Shining Force 1, the original Shining Force. You also have Shining Force 5, which is on the PS2. Which I know we're kind of going out of order, but... What's this? Okay, I don't know how that works. Door. But... Well, it says, Shining Force 1 on the Sega Genesis was a great game. I didn't like Shining Force 2 or 3 or 4. Shining Force 4 was called Shining Force Neo. But yeah, I consider Shining Force 1 the original Shining Force game, which is it's like Final Fantasy Tactics, which is also, I like all of the Final Fantasy games, particularly Final Fantasy 5, but I like 7, 8, 9 quite a bit. But Tactics is a really good game as well. No. But yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics is a really good game. All the Final Fantasies have really good soundtracks too. But yeah, Shining Force is a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics. But yeah, I like the original Shining Force game, but I didn't like Shining Force 2 or 3 or 4. Now that makes sense. Shining Force 5 is called Shining Force EXA, and it's for the PS2, and in my opinion it's actually the best game ever made for the PlayStation 2. But yeah, Shining Force EXA, absolutely amazing game. Though I would recommend playing the original Shining Force first. But like I said, I don't like Shining Force 2 or 3 or 4 or Neo. I don't like those games. And I know people say, oh, 2 and 3 improved on certain things, but it's just like the gameplay itself kind of felt more boring, and the story felt like it lacked a soul. Whereas I really liked the original Shining Force story. So yeah, I really like the story of the original Shining Force as well as the character designs. But 2, 3, and 4 I didn't like. But Shining Force 5 and Shining Force EXA for PS2 is actually incredible. It's a very good game. I really like it. Okay, let's see what that is. Yeah, why not? Let's see what this does. Yeah. I like Boozette and Bowsette. Then again, I also like Futanari Boozette and Bowsette. But yeah, I like Shining Force EXA for the PS2. Now I also like Dragon Quest VIII for the PlayStation 2, but I do know that they got a remake eventually on like the 3DS or something that gave you a few extra bonus dungeons, as well as some extra tidbits here and there, including the ability to have a third ending where you actually romance Jessica, which I'll tell you this, Jessica is very pretty in that game. Then again, heck, take the Tenchi Muyo series. There's... all of them are nice, but there's Kione, Mihoshi, Washu, Ryoko. Just to name a few. Now, what am I fighting? Angry Hands. But... oh... but yeah, on the PS2, I mean, there's other games like Grandia 3. Like, I can't say I played too much of the other Grandia games, but I did like Grandia 3 quite a bit. Though, like with many of those RPGs, including Dragon Quest, sometimes it gets a bit grind heavy. Like, it takes a while to level grind. Like, a bit excessive level grinding. But that's kind of par for the course for Japanese RPGs. There's also Star Ocean, Till the End of Time. There's also the... You ever watch the anime Dot Hack Sign? There... I want the item though. Yeah, but yeah, you guys ever watch the anime Dot Hack Sign with Tsukasa? It's a great anime. I still want to get the Mid-Journey AI. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Granted, I only get one day off, but we do also have the extra hour for daylight savings. I might be able to hop in and start, you know, doing some cool stuff. And I mean, it's not like I'm going to make any money off of it. I just want to make the random bullshit ideas in my head that I think are cool in reality. Like doing a Patara earring fusion of Jack Hanma and Astolfo, because I do think a good way to describe my personality is described as my personality is the fusion of my personality is the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Astolfo and Jack Hanma. My personality is the Dragon Ball Z fusion of Krona Gorgon from Soul Eater and Vasha Stampede from Trigun. No, I don't want to. Oh, there's an item. Nah. But aside from that, like, there's lots of various video game characters, such as the greatest video game ever made for the PlayStation 1, Brave Fensu Musashi. And granted, they made a sequel to it for the PS2. But Brave Fencer Musashi for the PlayStation 1 had beautiful brushstroke artwork. It had professional voice actors, including ones from the Dot Hack series, which also there was Dot Hack series games. Infection, Mutation, Chaos. Well, no, that's Slayer's fanfiction tone. But there's the Dot Hack games. Now, granted, there's also the GU trilogy, but those are okay in their own right, but not nearly as good as the original, Dot Hack video games. But between all the Dot Hack stuff, honestly, I like the anime Dot Hack sign the most with Tsukasa. But Brave Fencer Musashi had voice actors that were really good and they were pleasant to listen to. And they had amazing orchestral music. Now, Samurai Legend Musashi PS2 was essentially its new own story, but whereas Brave Fencer Musashi was saving the all-you-can-eat kingdom from the Thirst Quencher Empire, and yes, everything was a food pun. But yeah, you're saving the all-you-can-eat kingdom from the Thirst Quencher Empire, whereas in Samurai Legend Musashi, you're saving a bunch of hippies riding a space whale over a bunch of hippie mystics riding a space whale from an evil corporation. I mean, it's different, but yeah. And like I said, the gameplay is very different and of its own right. Oh, I have something that's making my character. That sucks. You know what? Give item 1 up. Repeat 8. Give item PJs. There we go. Also gives me fun guy. But, just like I said, we're not here for a challenge. We're here just to go through the gauntlet as easily as possible. But Samurai Legend Musashi is for the PS2, and it's not and here's another thing. It was beautiful brushstroke artwork for the original Brave Fencer Musashi, but even though it was PS2 graphics, the PS2 graphics didn't look as good, and they were thick cel-shaded manga. And again, I don't mind a manga-style art, it's just I like the original Brave Fencer Musashi better. Plus, the voice actors and like Samurai Legend Musashi. The voice acting was awful, it was painful to listen to, you had surf guitar for music. And again, I mean, all in all, it's not a bad game. But Brave Fencer Musashi is a much better game. There's also a final boss fight with various, like, you have a fight where you fight a big green dragon. You also fight, your final boss of the game is, like, if I had to describe all the bosses of Brave Fencer Musashi, is that, okay, you fight a giant robotic Steam T-800, the Steam Knight. And then you wind up fighting a giant rock scorpion. Then you fight half vampire, half zombies, called Vambies. Then you fight a giant stone golem that then cries and its tears become fire, and then it's a giant fire octopus that tries to fight you. And then you fight a giant ice dragon made of pure cocaine. And then there's a bunch of beautiful women, like Bubbles and Ginger Ale, who you could tell at one point they wanted to do boss fights for, but you can tell there's lots of stuff given the limitations of the PlayStation that they couldn't do everything they wanted to do. Just like when the Crash Bandicoot was released for PlayStation. That is an amazing item to pick up. Apparently, I wouldn't have lived long enough to make it that way if I wasn't cheating out the ass, but still. Also, this does still hurt my eyes. Just so we're clear. But yeah, you can tell there's like the original Crash Bandicoot, they had to do a lot of workarounds. Yay, Rei Ayanami! Where is she? There's so much crap you can't see her. Damn it, sprite limitations. Basically, there'd be a Rei Ayanami plushie doll sitting on Isaac's head. But yeah, Brave Fence Massage is a great game. But you can tell, like, with Crash Bandicoot, when they released Crash Bandicoot, they had to make a lot of workarounds just to make it work. And even then, the developers of Crash Bandicoot were worried that it was going to light a bunch of PlayStations on fire, and yet they still, you know, released it. Which I'm glad they did. It's a fun game. Heck, I really enjoyed playing Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot with my mom when I was younger. As well as there was a lot of times that Mom would just be, say, cooking meals, and I would sit in the kitchen and talk to her about things. And that was nice. I appreciated that. Like I said, I do love my mother. It's kind of surprising I don't have flight. But But yeah, Crash Bandicoot series is really good, as was Gex, the Gecko. Oh, that's a shitty item. No, we're not. It's a terrible item. Makes life. But why did Isaac crash? Well, you know what? OBS is still working. Let's just continue. It could be mod conflicts, but I was kind of hoping to go through all the different. But and of course, there's plenty of games the original PlayStation, right? And Genesis, I mean, there's games like Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, Kid Chameleon. PlayStation, you had Jersey Devil, there's Vector Man. Lord. Oh. Yeah, then Brave Prince Musashi then fought a giant ant queen. The minecart segment's kind of the big thumper. Then you fought a bunch of mini bosses that were Dragon Ball Z stuff. And then you fought Iron Mouse, the VTuber. That's one of the final bosses. You fight Iron Mouse, the VTuber. And then you fight Satan. And then you fight a green dragon guy. And then you fight Final Form Frieza. There's also some people from Record of Ragnarok. That was weird. This hurts my eyes. But Brave Prince Musashi is a good game. Okay, the Everflorth mod still is working, I guess. Well, I had to skip a few things because what's my lowest stat? It was tears. My head hurts. I don't know, should I cheat less in future levels? Yeah, I technically skipped a few floors. Because I felt bored of... I didn't even bother picking up those items. I'm like, whatever. It's like, what's the point of doing the mod? Not even showing off what it really does. I'm like, I don't know. Is this still another boss rush? Is this different than the other? I can do multiple boss rushes. I'm so tired. Hey! I'm trying not to kill him. Everyone's like, maybe you shouldn't have so many power-ups. I'm like, one, I want random power-ups. But also, I don't want it to take forever to get through this. Heck, I already spent 40 minutes rambling on about, well, Stupid bullshit nobody would want to listen here. So we can probably do a ton of boss rushes then. Just infinite boss rush. Oh, I was trying to throw the bomb that way. But we'll never know if we can go through that one door or not without the knife. And one door. Not that I need to. I don't know. At least we have flight now. I don't know. Maybe in future versions of this I'll try to not be so overpowered. I don't know. Probably not. I want to properly show off the bosses, but I don't want it to be... Yes, it's 4 hours of me just trying to go through a game. Maybe that's not even a guaranteed win. Why is the background wavy? I'll just have a card reader. I'm curious at all times. Just so I can like speed run this. I don't know, would it be more interesting to watch me play it legitimate? Or at least, you know, mostly legitimate? With maybe just 1 or 2 power-ups and adding, you know, health ups if I start to die. So that we don't game over and we can actually just show off all the floors. So it wouldn't help. It probably would have helped if I didn't have a long-ass 40-minute intro of me just being a dumbass. You can see Madness combat enemies before they like disintegrate. I like cookies. If I go to Walmart, I'm just gonna buy a fucking cake. It's like, but Lunar, you're already fat. I'm like, yes. Yes, I am. Wasn't this supposed to be Hush? I don't know. How with this? In future versions of this one, I'll avoid the 40-minute intro of me being, well, dumb. And then I'll try to play less cheating, but I'm still insisting on a win. So, I don't care if I have to give myself PJs every floor. We're not getting a game over. I will go around 9 1-ups and PJs at the ready. And here's the thing, I do like PJs in real life. They're nice. But if I'm being completely honest, that's not the way I like to sleep. My preferred way of sleeping is I prefer to just lay... I have my Mickey Mouse blanket, which is very frayed because it's, you know, over 30 years old. But I like the feeling of it against my skin. And then, of course, I have some slightly thicker blankets on the outside of that, and of course, at the very top, I have a big, fluffy, floofy wool blanket. But I like to sleep naked. I mean, granted, I do have PJs, And granted, there are times where you could sleep in, say, boxers. And I do have actual pajamas that are nice pajamas. Heck, I wore them in one of the live streams, I think. The one I did for Christmas? The one where I was asking, like, hey, I'm going to the gym, what kind of workout should I do to, not be a fucking fat ass? But hey, if you want to look at a live stream that features a morbidly obese man with arms that are way too skinny. But yeah, there's at least the PJs there. Do I need a map too? I think this is a long list of just what items do I need to not be terrible at, having a sense of direction. I need a map, I need a compass. Didn't we already fight? Great, we're on a path that's essentially a straight fucking hallway. And I can't figure out, I'm getting lost. I'm on a map that's a straight fucking hallway. Then again, there was a time, like back when I first started driving, I basically couldn't find my way home because I was very, very lost, and GPSs didn't exist yet. So I wound up being like 130 miles from home, and the police pulled me over because they thought I was a drug dealer. The fuck is... They just straight took me to a boss rush room. Yeah, give me the candy art. But yeah, they thought I was a drug dealer and a gun dealer and stuff. They searched my car, they found like Taco Bell volcano burritos and some 2 liters of Dr. Pepper. I don't... Just go to the next floor. I don't even know why. I think the Abyss Power Portal dude just randomly warping me places. It's like just oh, let's find out what items are good. What? I need so many items. I need a black candle, I need map, I need compass. I need a better memory. Don't know how to get anywhere. Yeah, ow. But yeah, when we play this in future, I'll pick a day where I have more time to try to actually sleep. Why is the portal that takes me to the boss not working? Item. There. I will stand next to this bomb. Why can't I do it? It's not a... So did we just skip Hush? I wanted to go to the Hush fight. Thought you were supposed to be someone else. just gave myself the one thing. I don't know, would it even be interesting to watch me like go through this room by room, you know, closer to a normal. And everyone's like, well, you can always go back and do the Madness Combat stuff, Global. If I do, it'll be with the actual Madness Combat music, not just my own listening preferences. Now you give me a black candle. Like, oh, those enemies would have been cool if you got to see their attacks. Probably. Like, oh, these guys would have been really cool too. Yeah, probably. But yeah, what are games that you guys think would be fun? I don't know which path I'm supposed to take. Oh, you just... It's more like, hey, look, here's this boss called the Auditor. My head hurts so damn much. So do I still get to do Hush? Or... Yay, Hush. What the fuck? What? I think it's that one portal thing that does that. It's so confusing. Okay, there were chests there. Hi, Tricky! Everyone's like, this would have been a much more intimidating boss if you weren't, you know, Super Saiyan. I'm like, I'm your brother Raditz. Oh, you want to see this thing where my hair goes gold? What? Does it matter which path I take? I don't know which path I'm supposed to take. Does it matter? And like I said, I showed in a different Madness Combat thing the other version of Tricky, that's the white skeletal dude. But here. I'm at least trying to let them show themselves off. I don't even know what's shooting on this. Honestly, I like the... Like, this is interesting, but I like that other design I showed you guys in the past better. Oh no. Okay, we should be at the Delirium fight. Oh, I have no idea which one to go to first. But yeah, should I try to play this more legitimately? Would it be better to play this without cheating? Heck, oh wow! Holy crap, I found you right away. Yeah, it might be overpowered if I was able to melt Delirium in a couple seconds, considering I wasn't even trying to kill him. I need to get some sleep. Hello? But yeah, maybe in future versions of the Every Floor mod, you know, we'll take it a little longer by, you know, playing with less than like 4,000 items. I think I'm running a fever. Great. That's gonna be awesome. I'll just take some extra vitamin C later. Maybe I'll take half a shot of NyQuil before I go to bed. Now I know the horsemen are being changed, but I'm pretty sure I have a mod set up for the beast to be changed as well. But that doesn't seem to have worked. I'll just melt you guys real quick so I can see if the beast actually is different. If not, like, maybe that mod's not finished? Maybe I have the wrong one? I don't know. I don't know. I pushed him too far off screen and now nothing can happen. Where's everyone under... Like, what is in the ground? Is it just lava spiders everywhere? Just gotta go up here. Okay. Hello? Hi. Right, everyone, so we can't see the custom bosses. Okay, fine, maybe in the future That's great. Like, a part of me feels bad about it, though. Like, oh, I'm gonna still be calling the playlist Evangelist, but I won't be playing as the Evangelist. But just the look at this, we're shooting the giant Hemolacker thing, but all the static, it hurts my eyes, it makes my migraine worse, and I can't see anything. But then again, the creator of this mod be like, you are not meant to have this many items with that. And I'm like, I know. Okay, are you a different version, or no? That's still just the beast fight. Okay, we'll just call that a video.